Well, Ethan, back for another beer review tonight, and I'm going to be reviewing. This is Boatswain, it's pronounced Boatswain, H.L.V Ale Heavy Lift Vessel. This is a 7% alcohol by volume ale. It says Boatswain beers are unique brews made in small batches. Our ale has aromas and flavors of sweet roasted malt balanced with moderate bitterness coming from the high level of hops. This is out of the Minhas craft brewery in Wisconsin. Like I said, 70% ABV. It gets a 76 on beeradvocate.com, so an okay score. Not too good for them, but... And best buy date on this can is March 21st of this year, 3/21/22. So still within the freshness date. That's good. Heavy lift vessel. I think that's pretty cool. 7%. So this is kind of a heavy hitter. Kind of excited to try this one. It was, I can't remember the exact price, but I think it was either $1.67 or $1.99 for the single 12-ounce can. Oh, it's hissing there. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a pour. Try to pour it aggressively. Don't want to be a scaredy cat with the pouring. All right, you got a large, foamy 4-finger head, soapy white. The appearance of the beer itself is a dark golden, almost amber, bronze even, a little hazy, almost like an IPA hazy, but this is not an IPA, it's an ale. Well, IPAs are ales. I misspoke. India Pale Ale. This is, I guess, a different style of ale, not one that's considered on the hoppy side. Very nice aroma. Like that last one I reviewed, it's a biscuity, bready malt on the nose. Nice aroma. It just has a nice all-around kind of a biscuity beer flavor. It smells on the nose like it's going to be more malt forward than hop forward. You know, beers are usually you can kind of divide them up into two categories: malt forward and hop forward. Some beers, like Bud Light, have neither. It just tastes like seltzer water. But generally, when you're trying your craft beers or stouts versus IPAs, one's going to be malt forward, one's going to be hop forward. Most beer has, 3 or 4 main ingredients: water, barley, malt, hops, and yeast. Well, barley or malt. Usually water, yeast, hops, and some sort of grain for a fourth. That's generally kind of the simplified version of how they make beer. And usually each beer has one of those more prominent or in greater amounts than others to sort of focus on those flavors. More malt, more malty, more hop, more hoppy, etc., etc. Maybe more water, more watery, like a Bud Light, a Miller High Life, or whatever. But this one, very malty on the nose. The head died down pretty quick, so got some lacing on the glass too. Nice lacing. Looks very nice on the glass. Nice presentation. Wow, that's good. You get a little bitterness, a little breadiness, kind of a sweetness that turns into a bitterness. The first initial sip is kind of, this is going to be sweet. It kind of, tricks you into thinking it's going to be sweet, but then it kind of comes in with bitterness on the second half of the sip. Very nice. This is a good beer to sip. A lot of body, a lot of character with this one. The body, I would say, is medium. The mouthfeel is medium to heavy. This is not a light beer. This is pretty hefty. Not boozy, but that 7% is adding a little body and flavor for sure to the beer to kind of complement the very malt forward body that it has. I like it. Good bitterness too. I'm seeing it was added December of 2011. I guess that was to Beer Advocate, so I don't know if that was when it was actually introduced. I would imagine maybe earlier that year or 2010. Either way, this beer's probably, 10 years old at most, 10, 12 years old. So a little newer. Again, Minhas Brewing out of Wisconsin, they make a lot of beers for Trader Joe's. So a lot of the Trader Joe's beers will come from that brewery. The Simpler Times Pilsner, there's others that I've reviewed. They, I don't know if they specifically brew for Trader Joe's, but a lot of their product that comes out of them goes to Trader Joe's stores all over the country, from what I understand. And yeah, I like this one. I'd give it a 95. It's really good, solid A. It's just a nice all-around heavy lift. I like that in the title. It is kind of heavy. It's kind of like, it's not a weak beer. It's, it's strong. It's powerful. It's like a boatswain, like you imagine like this big buff dude with a beard on a boat, That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this beer. And I like it. 95 out of 100 for the Boatswain H.L.V. Heavy Lift Vessel Ale from Trader Joe's. Cheers, and thank you for watching.